Televisions tend to be greater about the core functionality and much less about the format and other aesthetics, but each once in a while we will see something flashy and pleasantly over the top. One such concept is Philips' Ambilight technology, which interestingly and as an alternative, astoundingly provides to the viewing experience, particularly in darkish rooms where the LED lights at the lower back of the TV can without a doubt shine. Philips' today's television in India brings again the notion in a massive way and at a whole lot more handy price than before, priced at 99 rupees 990 for the 55-inch 55PUT7906 variant. The Philips Ambilight 7900 collection is a pretty popular Ultra HD LED TV, but with the brought characteristic of a three-sided Ambilight LED lighting fixtures at the back. There is also assist for Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos and Android tvOS for clever functionality. Among different beneficial features, is this the most special and fascinating 55-inch TV you can buy for round Rs 1,000,000 in India? Find out in this review. The Philips Ambilight 7900 series TV runs on Android TV 10 with the expanded inventory Android TV consumer interface. The Philips Ambilight 7900 series is accessible in three sizes: 55 inches, 65 inches and 75 inches, with costs ranging from 99,990 rupees to Rs 1,8999. All three sizes have comparable specs and features, including the three-sided Ambilight LED lighting fixtures at the back of the televisions at the front, and again for the most part the Philips Ambilight 7900 series 55-inch TV appears like just about any modern price range or mid-range television. There are slim borders round the screen, a small Philips emblem at the bottom, a module for the IR receiver, indicator light, and a multi-function bodily button to manage the power and volume except the remote. The TV is reasonably thick, however barely slimmer at the edges, which leaves sufficient area to access the left side ports when the TV is wall-mounted. The 55-inch variant weighs around 14.2 kilograms without the stands and is like-minded with VESA wall mounts not protected in the box. The table stands are covered in the box and repair onto the TV close to the corners, so you will want a massive desk or TV unit to region the Philips Ambilight 7900 sequence TV on. While the TV seems rather ordinary looking at first glance, the key feature suggests itself only when you flip the Philips Ambilight 7900 sequence TV on. There are LED lights built into the body of the TV all alongside the left top and proper edges, projecting multicolored mild onto the wall behind the TV. The lights can get quite bright and are fine regardless of whether or not you have the TV wall-mounted or on the table, stands barely away from the wall. The Philips Ambilight 7900 series 55-inch TV has most of its ports in the square cavity at the returned and going through downwards, so you will have to make sure that you have connected most of these connections before wall-mounting the TV. If this is the case for you, the ports at the lower back encompass digital audio out, Toslink 1 USB Type-A port, RJ45 Ethernet port, antenna socket, and 3 HDMI ports. The LED lights at the lower back undertaking coloration onto the wall behind depending on the shades on the screen. The ports on the left side are an awful lot simpler to access even with the TV wall-mounted. These include one HDMI port with ARC support, 3 5mm headphone jack, and one USB Type-A port. I'd have ideally preferred at least one greater HDMI port on the side as properly as the Toslink port that said having the ARC-enabled port on the Aspect is a sensible decision by way of Philips. The Philips Ambilight 55PUT7906 LED TV has an Ultra HD 3840 by 2160 pixel screen with guide. For the HLG HDR10, HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision excessive dynamic range formats, there are two full-range bottom-firing audio system with a complete sound output of 20 W and support for more than a few audio formats up to Dolby Atmos. Bluetooth 5 and dual-band Wi-Fi are supported on the TV, and there is 8 GB of inside storage for apps and app data, along with an unspecified quad-core processor to power the software program and interface. Philips has usually covered a widespread remote with its televisions, and it is no specific with the Ambilight 7900 collection LED TV. The far-flung is arguably a truthful bit larger than it desires to be and has buttons to manage navigation on the Android TV UI, playback controls, input selection, and a basic wide variety pad amongst others. There are hotkeys for Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Google Play and YouTube as properly as a Google Assistant button and microphone to listen to voice commands. A couple of beneficial additions encompass an info button which indicates resolution and internet speed, and the Ambilight button. The latter provides speedy get right of entry to the Ambilight menu, which can be used to turn on or off the Ambilight effects or alter the settings, including the modes and lounge lighting presets. It's useful to quickly regulate this, in particular if you're finding the glare too lots or the lights a bit distracting. The remote firstly labored fine, however, after a few weeks I determined that I had to factor it at once at the IR receiver for it to work. This seemed to occur overnight, with it working satisfactory the preceding day. Changing the batteries and resetting the TV made no difference, and Bluetooth connectivity only labored for Google Assistant and not the rest of the remote's functions, which persevered to be counted on IR. Strangely, the far away started out working generally a couple of days later, so it's tough to pinpoint the problem here. Apart from Ambilight, the Philips 55PUT7906 TV is particularly normal when it comes to features. There is built-in Chromecast for content casting and Google Assistant for voice commands, both of which are trendy too. All televisions going for walks. Android TV software. The Philips Ambilight 7900 collection 55-inch LED TV runs on the Android TV 10 working system with the updated person interface with the refreshed Google TV-like appearance. Of course, this isn't always the same as the Google TV consumer interface, however. The core trip is the equal as what you get on most Android TV-powered televisions. This includes get right of entry to the Google Play Store, which now claims to have over 7,000 apps and video games particularly designed for use on a TV screen. The far off of the Philips Ambilight TV is a full-sized one and has hotkeys for Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, YouTube and Google Play. Some key apps such as Netflix, Amazon Prime Video and YouTube are pre-installed on the Philips Ambilight 7900 sequence television, and the new consumer interface is able to curate and push show content suggestions. The usage of these and different essential streaming services, while it is a step beneath the a good deal extra polished and capable Google TV UI, the inventory Android TV consumer interface is nonetheless a relatively appropriate choice, given that the app trip is the same dependable one that the platform has worked difficult to get right. My problems with the Far-off aside, I found the UI overall performance on the Philips 7900 collection TV to be a bit sluggish at times. There was once regularly a substantive extent in the reaction time when navigating the UI alongside with visible lag in the picture. Fortunately, this did not extend to when real content material was playing, but I did discover it a lot less difficult to change to the Chromecast with Google TV, which used to be a lot much less irritating to use. It's now viable to get a appropriate quantum dot or OLED television for much less than Rs 1,000,000, so spending that lots on an LED television such as the Philips Ambilight 7900 series 55-inch TV may seem a bit silly. However, the Philips television's key characteristic, and certainly its most superb celebration trick, is the Ambilight effect, which enhances the viewing trip in its personal unique way. Now it is viable to set up aftermarket LED lighting for just about any television, with manufacturers such as Govee and Philips supplying such solutions. However, the plain comfort and ease of use of the Philips Ambilight television, as well as the fact that you can swap it off without problems with the TV remote, makes it an ideal choice for everybody searching at rear adaptive LED lighting. That said, I'm left wondering whether that by myself justifies the tremendous top class of the Philips 7900 series TV. The Philips 55PUT 7906 94 television has an Ultra HD Decision LED display screen with aid for HDR up to the Dolby Vision format. Performance was respectable with wonderful content, and the picture used to be sincerely as sharp as it may want to be. However, there were a few drawbacks that I wouldn't usually count on to see on a 55-inch TV priced at Rs 1,000,000. Colorful content material such as Into the Spider-Verse seemed stunning on the Philips TV, especially with the Ambilight effect on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse appeared like the best movie to begin with. Given the vibrant shades and trippy comic book style visuals that I predicted to play well with the Ambilight function.